My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. We break down full UFC fight cards every single week, giving you our picks, predictions, our bets, and our fantasy plays. So make sure you like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any of our content. And if you want 50 free dollars, go to wewantpicks.com/bets. We have 5 different betting partners who all offer their own promotions, their own matches, and their own giveaways. And then on top of that, after you sign up and after you make a deposit, we send you $50 however you want it. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, wewantpicks.com/bets. Next up at UFC 275, we have the co-main event of the evening. We have women's GOAT Valentina Shevchenko taking on Taila Santos. Valentina Shevchenko is 22-3 overall, 5-0 in her last 5, and her last loss was all the way back in 2016. Taila Santos is 19-1 overall, 4-1 in her last 5, coming off a submission win over Joanne Wood. Valentina Shevchenko is one of the best fighters on the planet, regardless of division or gender. She won the belt in 2018 and has defended it 6 times since then. She's a phenomenal striker, very good grappler, and has true champion composure and mindset. Her striking is the best in any division. She very technical, has enough power combined with technique that she's just putting people away. The last few years, we've really seen her game evolve, and she's mixed in takedowns much, much more. She has 18 takedowns in her last 4 fights, and all of them were against opponents that she could have easily outstruck. She's catching kicks and transitioning to a takedown, ducking, looping shots and transitioning to a takedown. She's just shooting takedowns and working in those takedowns, and it's fantastic to see. She is a complete fighter. She can do anything, anywhere to anyone except Nunes. She did lose to Amanda Nunes twice. Taila Santos is also a striker, but a very different kind of striker, where Shevchenko is technical and diverse. Taila is powerful, athletic, and just willing to slug it out. She's coming off her first stoppage win in the UFC, but it is her 14th overall. Not only is her boxing fantastic, though, her grappling is as well. She averages almost 2.5 takedowns per fight with an 86% takedown accuracy and an 88% takedown defense. If you look at her fight against Molly McCann, she took her down 5 times because she was aware enough to know, listen, Molly's a good striker, volume striker. I'm just going to shoot takedowns. And she might need to do the same here against Shevchenko. So anytime Shevchenko fights, you're going to see some wild odds. Right now, the odds are sitting at -630. She was a bigger favorite earlier in the week. So some money did come in on Taila Santos to move that line just a little bit. That translates to about 86%, 85% probability, meaning the bookies think that Shevchenko wins this fight pretty much 9 out of 10 times. And it's hard to disagree with that. I will say, I think Taila Santos is one of the most dangerous opponents that Shevchenko has fought. And if you look at her last few opponents, Shevchenko beat Lauren Murphy. She's a bully, but she's not dangerous. Jessica Andrade is dangerous, but not at this weight class. Jennifer Maia is 4-5 in the UFC with 8 decisions. And Caitlin Chikagian is a decision fighter. Now, my point is not that Shevchenko is going to lose, but I just want to emphasize that Taila Santos is dangerous, and Shevchenko hasn't been in any trouble. It'll be interesting to see if she does get into some trouble. So Shevchenko is the pick. I am actually hoping for a war. I don't want to just the Mike Tyson effect where she's just going to come out here, destroy somebody, and then we move on to the next fight. I want to see a war. What do you think, Jakey boy? And I know you tweeted the Taila Santos stoppage stats.
Yeah, so I was one of those people that gave Juliana Pena a shot versus Amanda Nunes. I told you guys, if you guys watch our breakdown of that fight, I said that Juliana Pena could beat Amanda Nunes, and that's exactly how she beat her, was just piecing up her face, make her tired, because Nunes is going to be a little bit overconfident in that matchup, try to finish her the first round. Juliana Pena ended up winning. I agree 100%. Talia Santos is the most dangerous fighter that Shevchenko has fought, and if you're Shevchenko in this fight, you can't fight her like you've been fighting people. You can't be coming across and just trying to set the tone and try to bully her out, because you're not going to be able to bully Santos out of this fight. If you're Santos, you're not going to win a decision. I mean, people are saying that you're just not going to win a decision versus Shevchenko because she is just so technical and so good everywhere. If you try and take her down, she'll probably going to judo and end up on top. If you try to just kickbox her, you're going to lose those exchanges. If you're Shevchenko, you got to make this fight just boring. I know that you're that kind of that pressure fighter, and you're going to find those firefight exchanges once you get your timing. But I would not stay for that third punch of those exchanges, because a lot of times Shevchenko, once she gets in those exchanges and has her timing, it is 4 or 5 punch combinations with a kick afterwards. It's boom, 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 boom. Everything is fast and precise, but Santos will be there and is going to be waiting with those counters. You mentioned the stat that we brought up. She has Santos. We're talking about Santos now. She has 13 finishes, 1 finish in the UFC. That was her last fight against Wood. She is a dangerous fighter, but let me read off and pay attention, guys. 12 finishes before she got to the UFC. These are the records of the people she finished before she got to the UFC. 0-10, 0-2, 0-2, 0-5, 0-4, 0-1, that was a sub. 0-2, 0-1, that's a sub. 8-12, 3-2, 2-7, and 1-11. Those are the people she was finishing before she got to the UFC. So you see all these finishes, and she was finishing those fights, but the level of competition was not great. The last fight that she had that she finished before Wood was against an 0-10 fighter. So she's finishing people, but she has not brought those finishes to the UFC. And unfortunately, I don't see her being able to win a decision versus Shevchenko. Yes, she is dangerous. You can have those inflated stats and still be a dangerous fighter. I do agree she still is a dangerous fighter. If Shevchenko gets sloppy at all or think that she's just going to bully Santos to a win, it will not happen. Santos does have an outside chance, maybe in a weird grappling exchange. She does have pretty good power. But Shevchenko is who she is. She is just so technical in every exchange. She doesn't force things. She will wait. She gets the timing, and then she goes. I just don't see any way that Shevchenko, loses this fight. Obviously, there's those outside chances. I thought that Nunes could lose that fight versus Juliana Pena, but in this, Shevchenko is just too technical. Too technical.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, we both think Taila Santos is dangerous. I'm hoping not necessarily for an upset. I just hope it's a war. I don't necessarily think we're going to get that. So $9,600 in DraftKings. It's a lot of money to spend in DraftKings, but she hasn't let us down yet. And there's, we do these picks, we do these breakdowns, we do our research, and somebody's always just trying to come up with looking for reasons to pick against somebody. It's a stretch. I see a lot of you in the comments, Taila Santos is going to dominate. She could. It's a fist fight. Anything can happen. But there's no reason to believe. Not only is Shevchenko dominating everybody, she's doing it however she wants. She's out striking. She's out grappling. She's literally doing whatever she wants. She hasn't even looked like a human being. She's just kicking the crap at everybody any way that she wants to, choosing to grapple when she could easily strike. And I think that is the difference between her and Nunes, where Nunes was beating people with the raw power, was always the hammer, never the nail. And, not that Valentina's the nail before, but I just think she does put in 100% effort, does come out here, is prepared for a war, even though she's not getting one. So I like Shevchenko, obviously, to win. So does Jacob. $9,600, probably. Especially on a card like this where there's not many people that you're positive are going to win.
There's a lot of inflated values in that 9,000 range where Shevchenko, even though it's 9,600, she's probably the safest one of the 9,000 and up.
Yeah, she's the most confident pick on the entire card for everybody. So how can you not have her in your DraftKings lineup? The Monkey Knife I strike like 109 to 89. I think it's less. I think it's a stoppage in either direction. I think it's less. I think. I don't think it's going to be a war. I don't think it's going to be 4 rounds. 109 strikes. You got to get to, past the third.
It's 5 rounds, and if Shevchenko just dances around and kickboxes, those will add up quickly on both sides because So I think it's a more and more. I think Chevy just plays it nice and calm, kickboxing, stays at range, and just does her thing. I don't think she messes around this fight. She knows how dangerous. She's very well aware how dangerous Santos is. So I can see this going 5 rounds with a Chevy, 50-45 decision.
Yeah, we'll see. It could go 5 rounds. And then in that case, Monkey Knife Fight Strike Line will be a more and more. You want to check it out? Play your own line. WeWantPicks.com/MKF. They will instantly match your deposit up to $100. And if you want $50 for free, go to wewantpicks.com/bets. We have 5 different betting partners. They all offer their own bonuses, their own matches, and we send you $50 on top of that. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, however you want it. Wewantpicks.com/bets.